Hello my friends and welcome to Monster Monday, the Dragon series. Today we're continuing with the Metallic Dragons and we're going to be talking about another good guy. Somebody who you want as an ally, especially if you're going to be doing any maritime adventuring. That's right, it's time for the Bronze Dragon. Okay guys, if you're following along at home in your monster manual, we're on page 109. The Bronze Dragon is an awesome ally to have if you're fortunate enough to make their acquaintance and gain their allegiance. I want you to imagine a maritime adventure, a seafaring adventure, or even just coastal adventure. And imagine being a party of good people standing up to an overwhelming foe, or maybe an army or a navy from another place that's invading. Wouldn't you want to have like an F-16 fighter on your side? Because basically that's what a Bronze Dragon is. They are aerial awesomeness. And I like to think of the Bronze Dragon being, a kind of like veteran sailor, right? Like they actually enjoy war if it's for a good cause. And they enjoy defending a place if there is tyranny. So the Bronze Dragon is really cool as an opportunity to engage with your party if maybe you're doing some kind of ocean, sea kind of adventure, and maybe you don't have enough of that in your campaign. Maybe you want to get off of your main location and venture somewhere else. Maybe you're going to have some kind of expedition or exploration and go island hopping. So there are a ton of different ways to bring a Bronze Dragon into the mix. Bronze Dragons are coastal dwellers that feed primarily on aquatic plants and fish. They take the forms of friendly animals to observe other creatures of interest. They are also fascinated by warfare and eagerly join armies fighting for a just cause. A ribbed and fluted crest defines the shape of a Bronze Dragon's head. Curving horns extend out from the crest, echoed by spines on its lower jaw and chin. To help them swim, Bronze Dragons have webbed feet and smooth scales. A bronze wormling's scales are yellow tinged with green. Only as the dragon approaches adulthood does its color deepen to a darker, rich bronze tone. The pupils of a Bronze Dragon's eyes fade as the dragon ages until they resemble glowing green orbs. Bronze Dragons love to watch ships traveling up and down the coastlines near their lairs, sometimes taking the forms of dolphins or seagulls to inspect those ships and their crews more closely. A daring Bronze Dragon might slip aboard a ship in the guise of a bird or rat, inspecting the hold for treasure. If the dragon finds a worthy addition to its hoard, it barters with the ship's captain for the item. Bronze Dragons actively oppose tyranny, and many Bronze Dragons yearn to test their mettle by putting their size and strength to good use. When a conflict unfolds near its lair, a Bronze Dragon ascertains the underlying cause, then offers its services to any side that fights for good. Once a Bronze Dragon commits to a cause, it remains a staunch ally. Bronze Dragons loot sunken ships and also collect colorful coral and pearls from the reefs and seabeds near their lairs. When a Bronze Dragon pledges to help an army wage war against tyranny, it asks for a nominal payment. If such a request is beyond its allies' means, it might settle for a collection of old books on military history or a ceremonial item commemorating the alliance. A Bronze Dragon might also lay claim to a treasure held by the enemy that it feels would be safer under its protection. So think of that. Like, I just imagine these guys as sentinels of the areas around their coastal lair and guardians, making sure that evil foes don't disrupt the harmony and the balance. I think that could also apply, not even, when we think of evil, we think of like, attack, evil could also be greed. So maybe there's, in your campaign, maybe there's a company or a faction that is exploiting some of the natural resources along a specific coastline. Maybe they're kind of doing like, blasting or something to extract oil or extract other valuable minerals, and they're destroying the coastline or destroying the ecosystem. Those also, environmentally speaking, might be acts of selfishness or evil, which might incur the wrath of a bronze dragon who's trying to protect those areas. So we don't always have to think of the enemy as being just like a war machine or a group of evil creatures who are just attack, kill, pillage. You know, sometimes evil can pose as other insidious things as well. So try to think of how you can integrate a bronze dragon into that sort of scenario. A bronze dragon's lair. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Lair actions. The dragon creates fog as though it had cast the fog cloud spell. The fog lasts until initiative count 20 on the next round. A thunderclap originates at a point the dragon can see within 120 feet of it. Each creature within a 20-foot radius centered on that point must make a DC 15 con save or take 1d10 thunder damage and be deafened until the next turn. Those are cool, and from a role-playing kind of scene-setting scenario, those are handy to have, but they're not the most badass thing that I've seen. I guess you have to use them creatively. You know, maybe the party doesn't know that this lair is the lair of a bronze dragon. Maybe they've found a sunken ship just off the coast and they've heard rumors of treasure in it and they're going to dive in and try to check it out. And the bronze dragon, being good, doesn't want to like destroy them. So the bronze dragon is kind of trying to like ward them off with these thunderclaps and like random fog. Okay, regional effects. Once per day, the dragon can alter the weather in a 6-mile radius centered on its lair. The dragon doesn't need to be outdoors, otherwise the effect is identical to the control weather spell. That's kind of cool. So if there were enemies, like naval enemies coming, the dragon could kind of, you know, create like a massive thunderstorm or, you know, fog or rain or whatever to kind of slow them down or limit their visibility. Underwater plants within 6 miles of the dragon's lair take on dazzlingly brilliant hues. That's just a thing that they can do. And maybe that's kind of part of the magic of the bronze dragon, is that, you know, around its lair, you know, the coral reefs and the seaweed and the, you know, whatever, you know, the plant life and stuff kind of takes on a different hue and almost magical kind of hypnotic kind of appearance. Within its lair, the dragon can set illusory sounds, such as soft music, strange echoes, so that they can be heard in various parts of the lair. That's also not extremely like powerful from a mechanic perspective, but definitely very cool as a DM for you to use if, you know, say that you have this set in a sort of subterranean, half-flooded cave system that's just along the coastline. You can have like, you know, strange music, and maybe the party's not sure if there's like, oh, there's sirens here or something. I think one thing that makes the bronze dragons different is that not only are they capable of flying, but they're considered amphibious, so they can breathe water and air. And I think, again, that comes back to if you have an adventure that's kind of a seafaring adventure, pirates, whatever, privateers, or just explorers going from place to place, you can have these guys, you know, underwater. You can have them on the ship. You can have them on an island along the coastway. So a lot of different ways to kind of reveal these dragons without just making it like a bronze dragon flies towards you. You know, you can kind of have it be more mysterious and like you're not sure what that shape is below the water. Like 20 feet below the water, you could see something swimming alongside your ship, and they don't necessarily know what it is. They have lightning breath and repulsion breath. So in case you missed the last episode, when it comes to the good dragons, the metallics, they have 2 breath weapons, and typically it's set up as one of them being just raucous pain and the other one being kind of more of a defensive, non-necessarily lethal kind of breath. Even the wormling has lightning breath, 40-foot line, 5 feet wide, DC 12 to save, and then they have repulsion breath, which is a 30-foot cone, DC 12 strength check to save. And if they fail, they're pushed 30 feet away. So the repulsion breath doesn't do damage. It's not meant to kill a foe. It's an opportunity for a good dragon to kind of subdue or push a foe away without killing it necessarily. The young bronze dragon has some multi-attack capabilities. Its lightning breath goes from a 60-foot line that's 5 feet wide, but now it's a DC 15 deck save. The repulsion breath likewise also scales up. That's a 30-foot cone, but now it's a DC 15 strength save. Otherwise, they're pushed 40 feet away. The adult bronze dragon, kind of same thing, but now as an adult, like the other adult metallic dragons, they have that special ability to change shape. The adults and the ancient metallics all have that cool feature, which again, I think allows you to use them more like an NPC and less like just a monster. For interacting with the party, for interacting with other factions, however you want to do it, that's kind of a cool feature. And it's not limited to just humanoids. So like in their example, they might want to go on board a ship. They might swim alongside of a ship as a dolphin, or they might, land as a seagull or something, but they have the ability to change shape, which is really cool. Their breath weapons, the lightning breath for the adult bronze is a 90-foot line, 5 feet wide, DC 19 deck save. So now you're talking about serious ouch, with a 12d10 lightning damage on a failed save. Their repulsion breath is a 30-foot cone, DC 19 strength save. On a fail, they get pushed 60 feet away from the dragon. So again, just gradually scaling it up. Finally, we go with the big daddy, the ancient bronze. They have all the things that fit their age group. So the legendary resistance, the frightful presence. They have legendary actions with detect, tail attack, and wing attack, just like all the other ancient dragons. Change shape, obviously. Their lightning breath is a 120-foot line that's 10 feet wide, DC 23 deck save. 16d10 lightning damage. So, and the repulsion breath is a 30-foot cone, DC 23 strength save, and a fail you get pushed 60 feet away from the dragon. So again, I'm going to go back to my original idea about, imagine that you have somehow your party has acquired the allegiance and alliance with a bronze dragon to defend the coastal city, the port city, from the evil navy of so-and-so. With this guy on your side, imagine the utter pain and suffering that this thing could do to the enemy navy or enemy creatures or whatever it is. Just the repulsion breath by itself without even necessarily killing. And then lightning breath with a stupid range and incredible depth of damage. How do we use these bronze dragons in adventures and encounters and campaigns at low level, medium level, high level? I'm thinking at low level that maybe you'd have a curious wormling, who is influenced by its parents, who wants to, do good and wants to be friends with people, and is maybe just kind of curious about, this party of adventurers and stuff, and share some secret location with them and kind of befriends them initially. Or maybe you flip the script. Maybe this wormling's parents were killed by some evil chromatic dragon, like maybe a black dragon wiped out its parents, and now it's kind of an orphan, and it needs help. And the party has an opportunity to kind of help it and keep it safe and keep it fed. Not necessarily like a pet, but like a friend. And maybe as time goes on in the campaign, the party continues to stay in touch with the wormling, who has quickly grown to be a young bronze dragon, and over the years, becomes more powerful. And as long as they show themselves to be true and honorable and good, this friendly bronze dragon, who they supported once long ago, will, forever be in their debt and be their ally. So I think that's a cool way to do this. Another way would be like, imagine more, I guess it could be low level, but I'm thinking mid-level, where like maybe an important person, a leader, a lord, or the king of this coastal area, or even just like the mayor of a city, is knows that there's an impending attack. Maybe pirates are attacking the port city, or maybe it's another kingdom and their navy has been spotted, 20 miles to the south coming up the coast to invade. Maybe it's like a naval-based barbarian tribe. I don't know. But, the point is that there's a potential threat. And the king or lord or mayor has asked this party to go out and see if they can acquire the assistance of this bronze dragon who is known to live in the area. But maybe no one's seen or heard from the bronze dragon in a long time. So they're not even sure if it's alive still. So they have to go up through this treacherous kind of mountainy, rocky coastal range where there's other foes that they have to kind of fight their way through. And this is where you can scale it. If you were low level, maybe just make it goblins or something. But at mid level, you can throw other bigger things in there. But eventually, they get past and they find out that, I don't know, either they find out that the bronze dragon is there and has just been kind of laying low because things have been pretty peaceful as of late, or the bronze dragon is a captive. Maybe the bronze dragon was somehow captured by something even more powerful. And this is, again, where you can scale it up from mid-level to high level. Maybe some evil giants have taken this bronze dragon captive. And that's why nobody's seen the bronze dragon in a long time. And the party has to figure out a way to free the bronze dragon from these giants. And once they've done that, they've won the bronze dragon's allegiance. And now that bronze dragon will help them save the port city from the invasion. That's actually a dope adventure. I should write that. But anyway, it's, the bronze dragons are kind of cool. And there's a lot of different ways to use them. And they can appear, especially the ancient ones, can change shape. So there are a lot of different ways to integrate them into your campaign. So if you're a DM who's used bronze dragons, or if you're a player who has encountered them, make sure that you share your story in the comments below. I love to read them and respond, and so do the rest of the people in the community. So until the next episode, enjoy your bronze dragon fantasies, and we'll see you next time.